Trouble is coming, and it is our Christian duty to warn you. As many of you are aware, on this channel we aim to encourage, to inspire, even to challenge others to relocate their families from the cities to the rural countryside. We advocate moving to the countryside because there are many blessings to be had here, and there are also many urban dangers to be avoided. The events of the past year or so have helped many to realize the fragility of an urban way of life. Whether impacted by unemployment, food and supply shortages, totalitarian lockdowns, or more frequent episodes of civil unrest, increasing numbers of people have chosen to leave the cities for more rural locations. In the countryside, individuals can replace their former lives of dependence with personal freedom to the extent that they choose to pursue it. They can live a more self-sufficient, or what I call a God-sufficient way of life, growing their own food, producing their own power, disentangling themselves from personal debt and the ever-increasing pressures to conform to society. Now that the summer of 2021 has rolled around, governments worldwide are beginning to roll back some of the most restrictive policies that they enacted during the height of the pandemic. Most people are hoping for a return of the good old days. Unfortunately, those days are past and they will not be returning. While we can certainly hope and pray for a period of respite before the next major crisis appears, you can be assured that another crisis is out there on the horizon. The testimony of the Bible warns that we are living at the end of this world's history. It tells us that pandemics, food shortages, natural disasters, and civil and international unrest will be like the labor pains of a pregnant woman. Two relevant points here about labor pains. Number one, labor pains are characterized by short periods of intense discomfort, followed by periods of normalcy or rest. Number two, as labor progresses, the periods of pain become more intense and the rest between contractions becomes shorter and shorter. With this in mind, as we progress nearer to the end of this world's history, we can anticipate trouble and disasters of a greater magnitude, with less and less recovery time in between these events. Eventually, this will lead to major calamities and destruction in large numbers of cities throughout our world. Not all at once, but one major disaster following another. As God and His authority are increasingly rejected by mankind as a whole, God will withdraw His benevolent protection, and the world will be left to Satan's lust for destruction and desolation, combined with the selective judgments of God. Because of their population density, along with their propensity for wickedness, the cities of this world will be the focus of these coming disasters. So this is coming, and as best I can tell, it is coming soon. It is my duty as a follower of Jesus Christ to warn you of what is coming. When this time comes, many will be asking Christians, "Why didn't you warn me?" And that's exactly why I'm warning you right now. In addition to the disaster and destruction to come, the Bible warns of a final test for mankind. This test is known as the Mark of the Beast crisis. Revelation chapter 13 foretells a coming time when no man can buy or sell unless he has the mark. According to the text, a time is coming where only those who worship the beast will be allowed to actively participate in society. Those who do not comply will have every earthly support cut off, and they will not be permitted to buy or sell at any price. Over the past year or so, we've seen a dramatic global coming together in the name of fighting a common invisible enemy. To be clear, this pandemic is not the mark of the beast, nor is it directly related, and yet it appears that the very infrastructure needed to control who can actively participate in society, who can buy, who can sell, etc. This is being set up right before our very eyes. These initiatives are called different things in different countries. Collectively, we sometimes refer to them as COVID passports. Individuals are increasingly told that they must comply and show proof of immunization, or they will not be allowed to participate. In growing numbers of cases, this includes the loss of employment and the inability to travel as well. For the first time in history, we are seeing a society emerging in which the biblical mark of the beast could easily take place. Not only have we transitioned to a time where the infrastructure requiring the mark of the beast is technologically possible, but what's more, it's now socially acceptable, being set up in the name of public health and safety and the common good. In light of these developments, it behooves us to examine the mark of the beast more closely, as it is surely not far distant. The Bible warns that at that time each individual will be faced with a critical decision. This choice will forever fix their eternal destiny. Comply and receive the mark of the beast, or ultimately be sentenced to death. On the other hand, God warns, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God. Despite the rampant speculation surrounding this topic for decades, the scriptures themselves actually reveal everything we need to know to properly navigate this coming crisis. We're going to share with you who is this beast or antichrist spoken of in the book of Revelation, and what specifically is his mark. Understanding these points will empower you and your family to avoid the deceptions that will soon take the world captive, and give you a tremendous advantage in navigating the events of the near future. In the video description below, you will find links to an absolutely riveting presentation entitled Unmasking the Mark of the Beast. Among other things, you will learn how current events are paving the way for the Mark of the Beast crisis. You will also learn of the 24 characteristics found in Scripture pinpointing the exact identity of the beast or antichrist spoken of in Revelation. And just what is his mark will also be revealed. Friends, I appeal to you, click the link below and watch this presentation right now. Troublous times are rapidly approaching, and out of concern for your eternal well-being, we have taken the time to share with you this potentially life-saving information. May God bless you, and Maranatha, for Jesus is indeed coming soon.